In the Stray Cats Rockabilly song, Too Hip, Gotta Go, Brian Setzer packs 10 solo and rhythm licks in the first 36 seconds alone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to play all 10 of them, and then at the end, I've got a free jam track for the song, and you can see how you do. Let's check it out. Hey there, Rockabilly fans. It's your old pal, Steve. I hope you're doing amazing. So what a cool song this is. You know, as I watched it live, an 80s version and then a version from 2024. I mean, Brian Setzer pretty much plays the same thing every time. It's just so cool, so many licks. And to top it off, Brian Setzer's singing and just chilling out and having fun over everything. There's, you know, solo, little lead parts up and down the fretboard, and then there are some rhythm parts that I count as a lick just because they're killer and they're amazing and they add to the whole thing. So I'm gonna break it down part by part. I'm gonna teach you how to play them all. You know, it's not exactly note for note with every single recording. So if and he plays a lot of different versions live. So I think you'll get the gist of it. I think it's great. And then at the end, I've got this jam track for you to play along with from start to finish. The whole thing that I just did. It's an excerpt of a full 8-minute track that I'm going to put on my channel for free later this week. So check that out. Hit subscribe and like and all that good stuff. Let me know what you think, and let's just quit the yapping and get right to the lesson. Okay, here we are in gorgeous G major. Let's try the first part. It goes like this. Really sweet. So you put your first finger on the second fret of the G string and hammer onto the third with that second finger, and then slide it up to the fourth fret like that. So it goes like this. You do it really fast though. Now you could use all three fingers if you want to, like this. So you're going from the second, third, fourth of that G string. Really sweet. And if you want to make it even easier on yourself, don't stress out over it. Just go to the third and fourth fret only in that sort of G major shape and go like this. Like that. So that's the third fret and the fifth fret of the B string. So the whole thing goes like this. Then you're strumming out a G chord twice. It could be the whole G. It could be the G7th like this. It could be just the top two notes. Or it could be this, which is sort of like, you know, the G major shape, but you're putting one of your fingers, maybe that pinky or the third finger, on the fifth fret of the B string. So it goes like this. If you want to, again, try it a different way, you could go. That's the easiest way to do it. After that, you do this little slide in from the fourth to the fifth fret of the D string. And then you're in that G major shape. We're going to do that a lot throughout this whole thing. And it goes like this. So you're just sort of, you know, hitting a few different notes. You're really not moving your left hand at all once you get into that G major shape. Those little notes right there, and I'm sort of going low, high, or you can go mid, either way. So the whole thing so far is. Oh, not that note. Okay, then the next part goes like this. Really cool little thing. Now Brian Setzer plays it a little bit different. He goes like this. goes right into that. I'll come back to that in a second. So you're going to put your first finger on the E and the B strings of the 3rd fret. Then you're going to go to the 6th fret with those same E and B strings. Different finger. And then back down. And now to the 5th fret. And back down to the 3rd fret. So I do it like this. Or you could go. So they're all the same notes. It's just a matter whether you're picking and sort of, pulling off and hammering on and all that good stuff. And then you take your 3rd finger and put it on the 5th fret of the B and the G strings. And you sort of just bend them up. So you're going. And then you do this little deal like this. It's really cool. You're just going from that 5th fret, same thing, B and the G, and you're pushing them up and doing the 3rd fret of the E and the B strings, which is really, again, that G major chord shape. And then you're ready for the next lick. It goes like this. All right, you're in the G major shape once again, and you're going to start with the 3rd fret of the B string and the 4th fret of the G string, and hit them twice, bar the 5th fret of the B and the G strings, and then you can go right back to that, except you're going to hammer on from the 3rd fret of the G string up to the 4th fret. But you can hit both notes at once. So it goes. And he hammers it over and over and over as many times as you can within that limited time frame. So like this. Very cool. One more time. And then you go to the 5th fret of the D string and then pop the 3rd fret of the E and the B strings. So the whole thing goes like this. Sort of maybe hit it twice right there at the end. Like that. One more time. Now, I said hit it twice, but you got to get ready for the next part. It's like playing pool. When you're shooting pool, you got to be ready for the next shot. And so right after that, you got to get ready and slide up the first finger on the E, the B, and the G strings, and slide them from maybe somewhere right around here, 2nd or 3rd fret, and slide them up to the 5th fret like this. Like that. Really cool little turnaround lick. So you're sliding up to the 5th fret of the E, the B, and the G, and then you're going to the 7th fret of those same ones. Back down. And then you go down 2 frets. Back to the 5th. Back to the 3rd. It's really easy. Ready? If you do it fast, it gets really cool. And the key, you can hear me right there, is you got to hit that when you go up 2 frets, you got to hit it sort of quick and staccato. So really, really cool. All right, let's go to the next lick. So I'm going from the 3rd to the 5th of those E and the B strings down to the 3rd of that B string. And then you want to end up with this. Probably those notes, you could do the whole thing like that. So I'm on the 5th fret of the A string to the 4th fret of the D string. And then you could bar the 5th fret of the G, B, and E. But you really don't play the high notes. So you're going. That's a really cool one to do it too. Something like that. All right. Then he does this, a little just classic bluesy rockabilly deal. So you're on the 3rd fret and of the low E and to the 5th fret of the A, and you're using that pinky to get up there to the 7th fret of the A. Getting that little swing rhythm. So it goes. Then he goes right back to that cool little lick we learned a minute ago. Same thing we did a minute ago. All right, let's go to the next part. It goes like this. You hit the G major shape on the low notes, then you go to the high notes and use that pinky on the 5th fret of the B string and go right back up to the, 3rd fret of that G major shape. And you're sort of doing a little staccato right there, ready? And then hammering on from the 3rd to the 4th fret of the G string and back up high again. And then the pinky once again on the B string on the 5th. So it's like Travis picking, And I think Brian Setzer again is sort of doing it barred like this. So you can get that G7th thing going on. And right after that, you got to get ready. You swing way up to the 10th fret. And you're doing really it's a D chord, but it's in, take that G major shape, go all the way up here. And he goes like this. Same little rocking thing we learned down there, but now you're way up here. So, you're putting your fingers on the 10th fret right there. And you're putting your 2nd finger on the G string on the 11th fret. So do exactly what I taught you earlier. You're just bringing it up here. Then, really cool rockabilly chord. Once again, you're in G major. I use my thumb. You could bar it like that if you want to. And you're adding your pinky to the B string on the 5th fret. So those notes right there, it goes like this. I'll stop right there and play a few more chords in a second. So you're playing this kind of rhythm, ready? And then try to, when you do this next little slide in, avoid the low and the high E strings. You just sort of want to play the middle strings and go like this. Really cool. So you're basically playing that same shape, that exactly what we did. You're not changing anything about it except you're sliding down 1 fret and sliding in. So I didn't change anything about my left hand fingers at all. And then the next part, you go like this. Really cool little chord right there. Takes a minute to get used to, but once you do, it's great to add to your, repertoire. So you're doing this. That's on the 3rd fret of the A string, 2nd fret of the D string, and then you're barring, once again, the 3rd fret of the E, B, and G strings. So that's how I do it. I sort of hit the low note first, and I strum the rest of it. And then you've already got that shape right there. Your first finger, you just remove the 2nd finger. You get your first finger on the 2nd fret. But what I do is I sort of switch fingers at that moment. So you get your first finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and then you're barring, once again, those notes, the E, B, and G strings on the 3rd fret. And the reason why I do that is then I slide it down 1 fret and put your pinky on the 3rd fret. So that's the cool chord. That's the cool chord right there. So you're doing this. That's the 1st fret of the D string, then the 2nd fret of the G and the B, and then the pinky on the 3rd. So all together it goes. Now, you don't have to do those 2 little chords right there if you want to. If you're rocking, you're going. Then you go back to the G. But Brian Setzer does that little walk down, and that's one way to play it. There's some other ways to play it higher up, and I'll probably do more variations in different lessons in the future. Then goes to one of the most memorable little things when he says baby, baby, it goes. One more time. So let me show you how to do this. You're starting on the 2nd fret with that 2nd finger on the G string and sliding up 2 frets. Now you could go from the 3rd to the 4th, but really it's cool to go from the 2nd to the 4th this time. That first finger is on the 3rd fret of the B string. Then you're going to hit both of those, hammer on to the 5th fret of the B and the G strings, and back down. Now this is pretty cool. You're on the 5th fret of the D to the 5th fret of the A. And what I found here is it's good to, pull this pick down. So you're going, an upstroke. You're going toward your chin for both of those, the D and the A. It's just a simple way that you can get to those notes quicker, in my opinion. And then you're going to the 4th fret of the D string to the 5th fret of the D string. So I'll do it again. Ready? And then does the very first little notes from the whole intro solo like this. Or you can do what I did when I was playing it. Start on the 2nd fret of the G, go up to the 4th fret of the G, and then the 3rd fret of the B, and then hit the open E, because that's the same note. The open E is the same note as that 5th fret of the B. So very nice little, harmonic tone to it right there. So one more time. And then you can sort of go wherever you want after that part. If you want to start jamming or, start rocking the verse again. Okay, as always, I want to hear how you did. Tell me in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Check out the jam track in a second and look for the longer version on my channel later this week. Here we go.